late great Olivia Newton-John, baby. I've been a fan of her since I was 5 years old, man. Got 8-track, a couple 8-tracks in her. Let's get physical, baby. Come on.
Physical, baby. It's all about the movement, baby.
Nothing left to talk about. Horizontally. Oh, talking back.
Let's get physical.
Come on, baby. So we have to talk through this. Woo! Rest in peace, Olivia.
Good music, good fun, happy music.
Come on.
For happy people. Be happy, everyone. Be happy.
I could listen to her all day.
What's going on? What's going on, everyone?
What's going on?
Welcome to our KFIT Talk podcast, live broadcast on all the social medias and also on across all podcast platforms. I'm John Koga with my partner in crime, Dani K, down there in Westminster, Maryland. This is our season 6, episode 6, I believe, episode of the KFIT Talk podcast. All we ask you guys, sit back, have some fun with us. We talk fitness, food, life, and fun. Come chew the fat with us for an hour. We don't have all the facts, but if we have to get the answer to something, this is an opinion-based podcast, all right? Between 60 years between the two of us in the health and wellness industry. And all we want to do is make you guys feel better when you're done listening to this as opposed to when you started. Listen, you can't make everybody happy, Dani. We know that. You know what? And some people out there just want to, continue to swim upstream. But we're about positivity. Not about negativity with us, all right? And some people get a little jelly belly when it comes to that, Dani K. But guess what? We're going to put that on the side because I'm really, really excited. You guys like my little backdrop today, right?
I do.
A hidden location.
Before we go any further, go in and make it shareable so I can share it.
Oh, yeah. I hope. Oh, now if I lose you now, I'm screwed. Hold on.
Oh, you got. Oh, yeah. That's
no,
right.
Hold on. You got no. You still there, Dani?
Yep, I'm still here.
All right, cool.
Hang tight, y'all.
1 second. Yep. Hold on. Let's make this bad boy live.
StreamYard doesn't make it goes to friends. It doesn't go public. It should go public.
It's done. Consider it done. All right. Awesome. So anyway, check it out. So
there it is.
Hey, Dani, we are really climbing the charts on this. I want to thank everybody. Last week's podcast made us a shitload of money. Thank each and every one of you guys for listening to it, for downloading it, for subscribing. We are forever grateful for you guys. You know what? And yeah, we donate money to charity, okay? So here we go, shallow, talking making money. Guess what? We're happy, you're happy. We're providing a service, we're providing a great product for you guys, and we're excited to see all of our new viewership and listenership from all over the world that are tuning in and liking and following our KFIT Talk podcast. With myself, John Koga, and my girl, my one and only Dani K down there in Westminster, Maryland. What's going on, Dani? Excited about our guest?
What's up? Yeah, I am excited, and it's gonna be a little different, but it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, our special guest. We haven't had a guest in forever, right?
Yep, that's for sure. And you know what, Dani? Normally we bring on somebody that has a little bit of a higher profile. Mike Torelli, famous rock star Mike Torelli. We brought in people that have PhDs and whatnot. What am I getting all? Is it breaking up a little bit?
No. I just said name drop.
Yeah. What's up, Mikey? Shout out to Mike Torelli.
Right.
Out there with Holy Mother, Messiah's Kiss, and actually Entourage, a big band. So check it out, Dani. I'm excited because while it's nice to bring on, people that, might be somewhat of a household name, the majority of our listeners, the majority of our subscribers are everyday people like you and I, and even to really zero in on the demographic, are moms, are soccer moms, okay? That just they crack up with the content. They love our banter. They don't take it personally, while some people do, but that's a whole nother story. And guess what? We provide a service for everybody, okay? It's to take us out of this crazy freaking world we live in, bring us into this little KFIT Talk world, and hopefully let you get a little chuckle out of it. You know what? If you take life so serious, man, it's just that. It's serious. It causes you stress. It causes you problems. And we're not about that. We're about fitness, food, life, and fun. We're about providing you with some great products. This is the official sponsorship for KFIT Talk is is Sizzle International, which is our science-based company. You got it. Sizzle standing for science, innovation, success, energy, and longevity. All right, we got the best products you can put in your body and on your body. So we got this thing fine-tuned pretty damn well, Danny. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We got a product for any. We got a product for anything. We got a product for any ailment. We got a product for your beauty. We got a product for your cleaning.
And all
We got.
ages, all ages.
You
Okay.
don't need anything else.
You have ailments. We're not making cures. We're kicking the shit out of symptoms. You have MS. You have lupus. You're suffering from obesity. You have high blood pressure. You have bad skin. You have, you name it. We have something that's going to help combat that. I promise you, on a healthy, alternative, homeopathic way. No parabens, no toxins, no acrylamides, especially in our coffee. But listen, let's get back to our guest today, because we have many different viewers. We have people from 8 to 80 over than 80 that listen to this podcast. They follow us. They give their questions, comments, and concerns, and we don't shut people out. If you don't like it, you don't like us, you can put a bad comment. We're gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll leave it there. But reach out to us. Let's find out why you have that opinion of us. All right, and maybe you could inform us or educate us. Or you're not going to change our minds, I'll tell you that. But you're more than welcome to tell us why you felt offended by something. You know what I'm saying, Danny?
Right. Oh, I just had a little bit of something yesterday. Did you see my video? You probably haven't, because you're an undisclosed area.
Yep.
I couldn't even repeat where you are anyway. It doesn't even fucking matter. But anyway, which that F word brings me to. So it was a huge beetle. It's called Eastern Hercules beetle. It's
Damn.
a huge motherfucker. I mean, it was huge. And so one of my neighbors at the gym, like, scooped it up on a plate. I was like, I'm videoing her. I'm like, let me just see, like, lift up the cup a little bit. And it scared the shit out of me because it started crawling and moving, right? And I'm like F-bombing, mother F-bombing, like all this stuff. Well, everybody was laughing because they know if I see something creepy crawly, Lord only knows what the hell's going to come out of my mouth, right? I make no qualms and quarrels and whatever. I cuss, and people know that. I got a potty mouth, and I've taught sailors how to cuss, whatever. Well, one lady jumps on there and says, that was very bad language. That is very unprofessional. Sorry. And I so wanted to comment back to her, and I didn't. I was like, whatever. I wasn't trying to be professional. I was being scared by a fucking Hercules beetle. Are you there? He's frozen. He's frozen in time. Let it go. Let it go. I don't know if I'm frozen. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm live. John is frozen. And, oh, there he is. Are you back? He's frozen again.
All right. I'm back.
There you go.
Good. No, we're good.
Okay.
Cool.
So anyway.
Listen, guys, because of my area, but Danny, you know what? Like I said, you can't make everybody happy in life, and that's what I'm not in the business of trying to do that. Right. But you know what? They're entitled to that. Leave their comment, and 9 times out of 10, somebody that really knows us and appreciates us will usually comment on their comment and just say, "Dude, you're out of your effing mind. This is not who she is. You don't even know how big her heart is. You should only know what he does for charity and his heart." And listen, but it is what it is, Danny. It is what it is. Listen, before we completely lose the internet right now, which I see you're getting kind of spotty as well on me.
I'm good. You're not. Might have to carry this. Come on, John. Come back to us, baby. Come on. We might have to carry this. We might have to do this. I don't know what he listed as our thing. Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
All right, spotty, but you know what? Let's bring her on.
Bring her on, and then we can go with it if you get gone.
Yeah. Yep. Danny, introduce your guest.
This is Rachel.
Hi, guys.
She is one of my clients. That's why I'm like kind of off. Sorry, you can't see the guns. Can't see the guns today because we got to show her guns, right?
Yeah.
So John, Rachel, John.
All right, guys.
KFIT talk people.
What's up, Rachel? All right, guys. Hey. Put your tongues back in your mouths. Come on.
I just had some work out. Not a whole lot. Thanks for having me.
Which Are you kidding me? Which we're going to get to. So, Rachel, today's topic is just, we call it the professional mom, because if you're a mom, you are a professional. You guys know what it's like to have to, manage kids and juggle businesses and be an entrepreneur. And, and then it includes your, your stuff that you love to do. You're working out. You got to have some me time. We've had podcasts on me times, and we want you to just tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, we're going to get into how fitness is your vice, is your out, takes you, not that you want to be separated from your family and you, but it's like your time. And then you tie that into the best trainer in the world and being at, one of the best
Right.
best facilities you could possibly train at. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and it's all about you right now. So talk to us, Rachel.
Oh my gosh, my husband would love know that I love hearing that. It's all about me. All right. Well, I'm Rachel Stouffer. So, fun fact about me: I lost about 73 pounds about 2.5 years ago. I went through a period of miscarriages, which was a really dark period in my life. Never had a lot of weight to lose, and then I gained a lot, just through sadness, unhealthy habits, years of watching, family members that had unhealthy habits, right? So I had my daughter and decided, you know what, this is it. She was 2 weeks old and I made a decision. And so that's the first thing I would say is it starts with a decision. It starts with a why. Like my whole world is my kids. Every decision I make is I want to be the best that I can be in all areas of life for them. So I'm a former teacher, so I have that whole background, hence the high squeaky kindergarten like voice. But busy. I volunteer at my kiddos' school twice a week. I run intervention math groups from my former teacher years, so that takes about 2 or 3 hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays that I do. I actually own a health and wellness business. We service 4,000 plus clients that I do that with my husband. And I'm full
Plug
time
it,
mom.
plug it. Tell us the name. Tell us the name.
Well, it's Stouffer Health Solutions is what our LLC is. So we basically, I always joke around and say, look, I am not a Danny K. I don't have a wellness degree in nutrition. I think about myself as an accountability partner. Like I've been there, I've done that. I offer encouragement and kind of walk them through different ideas of things that they could do and just hold them accountable. Because I think that's a piece that's missing a lot of times is when you try to diet in the dark, when you try to do it by yourself. I mean, you can do it, but 99% of the time you fail because it's that level of accountability. I'm training for a half marathon right now, and I'll be honest, I plan 2 of my runs that I do a week when I'm here. I work out with Dani, I do my workout, and then I do my training separate because I know she's here. Will she come over and say you
Wow.
didn't do the right thing? No, but I know it's accountability. So that's like a huge piece of it for me too. So I'm busy. I'm busy.
Just a
So
little bit.
a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But I've always I thrive on that. So that's something that's important to me. But when I shifted to okay, why do I do the things I do? What do I want 40 years, 50 years from now, my kids to say about what mama did? I want to be a healthy person. I want to be known for my heart. I want to be known for being a giver and being an encourager. And so for me, I start my day off every day. I have my why written down on my journal every morning. And my why is to break the cycle of obesity in my family among women, is to break the mental and financial barriers that I have seen in past, family members. And so to me, that's everything for me. And so I think starting with your why every morning and keeping that at the forefront of everything you do makes it easier to balance everything out. So do you want me to keep going? Because I can keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, John?
This podcast today is about. Okay, so let
It's
me
all
let
about
you know.
me.
So Rachel, and I know Danny's got. Yeah, exactly. This is about you. This pod. We didn't add any other topics, but you want to know why? Because every topic we can think of can tie into this topic. Okay, so
Yeah.
what was there? Was there one? Was there obviously and folks, we're saying moms, all you pet moms. We don't exclude pet moms because we know people that don't have children have
Hmm.
pets that's their
Hmm.
they run home to that that pet. So we are pet lovers as well. But getting back to what you were saying, Rachel. So like was it one specific thing, because you're motivating the crap out of all of us just hearing the story, even if you're not a mom. Was there one thing? Was there any one traumatic thing, like both Danny and myself lost a parent? Was there anything like close to, and it doesn't have to be anything close to life changing experience that set you on that why, or just kind of you just woke up one day? Was it the heavy weight? What was
No.
what led you to your why?
So So when I was pregnant with my son, I have an 8-year-old and I have a soon-to-be 3-year-old daughter. And so when I was pregnant with my son, my mom had a heart attack. Minor heart attack. She had to have 2 stents put into her heart. And so fast forward, 5-year age difference between my son and daughter. My mother ended up having, when I was pregnant with my daughter, another heart attack. And so I'm probably like 8 months pregnant. And that was like a big aha. Like, I'm now 73 pounds overweight. I'm going down the same path of unhealthy patterns. And I needed to do something because I now had this little girl, right? My son, right? I'm doing these things for my son too. But when you see a female in your world that you're now the female example for, that she's looking to mommy. Like, what is mommy known for? Like, what is she
Wow.
going to see? I want to show her strength. I want to show her, you know what? Yeah, girls can freaking go out there and do it too. Like, I want to be that person. And I needed to shift my identity. And I needed to not say I was going on a diet. Not, I wanted to be a healthy person. I wanted to be the example to her that I, needed in my own life.
Excellent.
So I
Excellent.
decided that that was it. So my daughter was like 8 days old, and I said, okay, that's it. I'm getting started on this. And I never looked back.
Right. Love it.
So,
You know, I think that's many women listening to this, and even men, that come home and they see their, that you have to live for. You want to. I think while many of us won't admit it, we want to set some kind of legacy, and we want to have when
mhm,
we're long gone. Like, what do we do that really? Listen, I praise you for being a teacher, because teachers are what pave us as kids to become hopefully prosperous and smart and educated adults. It's like, but when you have to be that example and that role model, and you can't run from when you leave school, you leave the kids behind. You got to see you're their home, so you got to look into your children's eyes, your husband's eyes, your loved ones, just loved ones in general, and say to yourself, like, all right, I got to do something. I got to make a change, because listen, you go to social media, you go to commercials, it's all negative. It's all body imaging with people that we're never going to be
mhm,
like these people. So what's
mhm,
what's thrown in these kids' faces and adults' faces every day is so far from reality. So when you can step in as Rachel, mom and wife and whatnot, to your kids and set the example under that roof, that to me is freaking price. And it's not easy. That's priceless. But I
Right.
think it's one of the hardest jobs on the planet. I've said this and I'll say it again. Some guys will throw stones at me and whatever, but like, a grandmother, a female figure to a child is so important. And I'm gonna get hate emails and texts for this, but it's to me, like, I'm having a problem saying it. Like, not that it's more important, but I think in the aspect of growing up and in life, there's a love that you get from your mom, your grandmother, somebody that's that female that a male just can't offer and provide. And maybe I'm saying that because my dad left when we were younger, but even I see happy marriages that my buddies that are happily married. Like, dude, if something happened to her,
mhm,
I wouldn't know what to do. You want me to do what? So it does hold a lot of weight to me, knowing that you stepped in and said, I need to make this change. And your husband's, I'm sure, making change and mentoring
oh, yeah.
in his own little way. But I commend you, Danny. You know this. Danny, how was your mom as the influence in your life? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I am everything because of I
Did
am
you freeze
everything
up,
that I am
Danny?
because of her. What? What? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You
Go
can
ahead,
hear me?
Danny.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, no. I am everything that I am because of my mom, and I always say that, my mom taught me everything but how to live
Danny,
without her. So like I'm doing everything from the day she passed on till now. Like it's like I was an infant. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Mhm,
like an orphan infant because I'm just growing and learning and trying to figure things out. Without her, and hoping that somehow, some way, she's passing some sort of guidance down on me so that I can figure something out when I'm at a point where I would ask her, like, what am I doing? I mean, I definitely feel like, the mother is like, I personally feel, because, like, again, my father left when I was one. So, and he pretty much didn't want anything to do with me. But, so like my mom was all I had. So she was my figure that I was looking to, my mentor, my teacher, my father, my mother, my best friend. And everything that I learned was from her: how to be
mhm,
strong, how to be independent, how to hide and watch. You know what I mean? Like, I
mhm,
mean, people told me I can't do
Yep.
something. she would motivate me by
Mhm.
telling me, "You ain't gonna do that." I'm like, "Yep, hide and watch, mom." Like that's where, I got
Mhm.
Right.
that from. You know what I mean? So, and she knew how to motivate me by telling me that that you ain't gonna do that. So, and then that would force me to actually get off my ass and do something.
Mhm.
So like, and moms, I'm sure,
Right.
know, like when they have a couple, two kids, three kids, or whatever, they know how to encourage the one, whereas the other one would be needed another kind of encouragement.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? Like how you
Mhm.
Yeah.
because the way
Yep.
the way with my sister to with me, it
Mhm.
was completely two different things. Like my mom saw something different in me, and this is how she got me, and that's why I
But
am who I am.
my favorite phrase that I always keep at the forefront of my mind is, "It's caught, not taught." And I think that, like, yes, mom differentiated her style, but she modeled it, right?
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
saw her live it day in and
yeah,
day out.
yeah,
And I think, like, that's where I was coming from. Like, okay, I can tell them to eat healthy. I can tell them get off the electronics, go outside. But if I'm in front of Netflix all night long, or they
right,
don't see me open a book and grow my
Yes.
mind, they're not going to do those
right,
things either. So
exactly,
it's got to be a
exactly.
decision you make, that I'm not going to just say it. I'm going to, like, live it
Yeah,
out and
yeah.
be it.
And as far as with you, like,
Yeah.
there's so many moms, dads, parents out there that say, "I don't have enough time. I have two kids. I have work. I have this woman. She meal preps. She eats in her car. She figures out how her Zoom calls. She figures out this. She figures out that. Like she'll figure out the kids, pack the kids lunch. Got the husband time. Got the date time. Got the vacation time. Got the workout time. Got
But
the business time.
when your why is deep, you figure it out. You get
So
rid of the
so there's no
excuses.
excuses, right?
Right.
So there's reasons as to why you're
Right.
doing certain things, not excuses as to
Exactly.
why you don't do them. And
Exactly.
so many people just look
Excellent.
at those excuses, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Well, I have two kids and I have a business and I have a husband, and the summertime is just crazy because we
Mhm.
have vacations, blah blah blah, right? And I know that I've probably nailed probably five families out there that I
Mhm.
just said that about, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to come down on you, but you put
It's true.
you put your whys, that person's why is
Yeah.
kids, excuses, job, vacations. I don't want to work out. So
Mhm.
just tell me you don't want to work out.
I just
I'd rather you tell me I don't feel like working out during the
Mhm.
summertime than telling me that, oh, I got this and this and this and this going
Right.
on. This is why I
Right.
can't work out. No, because this woman.
Right.
Oh, and everybody has 24 hours, right? I have
Exactly.
24 hours. She has 24 hours. You have 24 hours. God doesn't look at Rachel and say, girl, you're doing so much. We're going to give you 28 hours.
Mhm.
No, everybody's got the same
Mhm.
24 hours in a day, and she fits
Yeah.
24. She,
Well,
she
well, I'll
makes,
tell you what. I just,
she blocks it all out.
well, before I go any further, because I want to stay on this subject, I want to just make it clear, guys. And you guys, and Danny and Rachel, are sure you'll attest to this. There are many single dads out there that are doing phenomenal jobs because maybe the mom isn't around, she passed on, or whatever isn't in
Right,
their life. So I want to make sure the dads don't misinterpret what I'm saying here. This could easily
right.
be called professional single dads as well. Not that, but so not that be single dads,
Single
but
parent.
professional dads that are out there. So I want to make it yeah, yeah. I want to make it perfect clear,
She's not
guys. I'm
single.
not saying they belong with their mom. And I know a couple of friends of mine that raised parents that raised their kids amazingly because the mom passed on or just isn't in their life. So I don't want to make this interpreted as just but it is called professional woman. Mom. So Rachel, I have a question for you. So you were because you were said you were teaching, right? And then did you start this doing this little side hustle thing with the other business? And were you ever a point where you were like, I got to shut it down because I got to get the little one to soccer, this one to gymnastics? Or do you always, what was your game plan to prioritize? Obviously, I would think you'd have some really good organization and structure in your daily day because it is, right? So before you were able to say, you know what, I'm going to wait till these kids are in college before I start my passion
Right.
for something I love, my health and wellness company. You said no. I'm going to start it now. So what tips can you give to any moms out there listening? Because there's many that are like, I want to get involved with maybe Sizzle or maybe your company, but I got to get Sally to soccer and this one Peter to gymnastics, and I got to wait because a lot of people will find an excuse for it. So what tips can you give to parents, to moms that are like, that are dragging their feet in a sense because they're afraid to not be able to do it. So what would you say to them that are just like holding back, Rachel?
So, I mean, when I started this, it was simply I had no intention of leaving the teaching world. I was not a risk taker by any means, um, but I knew I needed accountability, and I knew teaching wasn't going to provide me that. Like, I knew it was like, okay, I got a decision to make. If I am talking this walk, like, what is it, like, walk the walk, talk? If I'm talking this every day,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier for me to be laser focused on my goals too. So that's kind of how I ended up where I'm at. People started noticing and asking, and I just started coming alongside them, and it kind of just snowballed from there. But going back to your original question, it is structure, it is routine. There is not anything that I don't think. Some people think I'm crazy. I'll be completely honest because I do not leave white space in my day. I don't believe in that. So, I there's a saying, and I always butcher it, but it's like, what is it? Fail to plan, plan to fail. What is it? Plan to fail to plan. What is it? If you fail to plan, you plan to
Yeah,
fail.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
There,
yep,
yeah,
yep.
there
yeah.
you go. Yep,
I
yep,
always butcher
yep.
it. But that's basically like my life
I love
model.
it.
Like I will go in, I sit with my husband. We on Sunday nights will look at our week ahead. Okay, who's got practice? If he's traveling for business. So that's one thing. I'm not a single mom. I don't pretend to be or even try to understand that world. But
Right.
there are seasons he goes to Europe for a week or two at a time that I kind of have to take that role on. So we will look at our week, kind of see like, okay, what's going on here, 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 here. Then I'll plug in my workouts. My workouts, unless there is a kid emergency or I have a planned travel, there are very few times that I don't get my workout in because that is a red space in my calendar. I colored my calendar. So anything red, it is a non-negotiable. Like my family knows I'm not missing it.
Love
Like
it.
that's important.
Yeah.
Sunday nights I meal
Right.
plan. So I will look at like, okay, what are my goals for the week in my own personal health? How do I need to achieve that? So a lot of times it's me. I'm in the car a lot. My kiddos go to school, to private school, so it's a half hour from our house. So I have to drive a half hour to a half hour back. Because of that and gas prices, I like I will just work in my car a lot of times with the Wi-Fi and do some calls in there. So a lot of times I'll just meal prep and have them ready to go. So like, and I don't overthink it. Like it can be simple as like deli turkey and cucumbers, like having that just in a to-go thing. So I try to keep it simple. Dinner times are huge. Like I today was meal prepping because we vacation a lot during the summer with the kids. And so with that being said, like I knew we got to prep the camper tomorrow night. So I need dinner and we're going to the carnival tonight. And so my excuse in the past would have been, oh, we'll just grab dinner at the carnival, right?
Right.
I also know that like I want my
Yeah.
kids kind of eating healthy, right? There's not a whole lot of great options at the carnival. They're going to enjoy their treats. But if
Pizza.
I go hungry to a carnival, I'm going to make unhealthy choices. There's a time and a place, not saying I can't have that, but during the week, that's just not my thing. Like I have my time. So for me, that was this morning. I blocked out on my calendar, okay, from 10 to 11, I'm going to make a meal that I can have for 2 nights. And then I'm going to prep some meals for the camper that I can throw in the freezer, pull out, throw on the grill, have ready to go. So I really do feel like, if you go into your day like, okay, well, maybe if I have time, I'll work out. Maybe if I have time, I'll, grab dinner, then like it's just not going to happen. You have to be intentional. If you've got goals, you got to be intentional about them. And like even like Wednesdays, I know Wednesday nights I come from here, I go home, I got to take my son to karate, then I'm on calls from like 7 to 10 with clients. So it's like boom, 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 boom. I could use that as like our like Chick-fil-A night or like fast food night. But instead I just know, okay, I go to our local market, it's a rotisserie chicken, we get green beans, and then they have that with maybe like a sweet potato or something, but it's like something quick, easy, we can have it without going to fast food. So there's always a way, right? There's always a way. It's a matter of thinking through what are all your obstacles that you're going to encounter that week that would prevent you from achieving your goal.
Yes.
And then I believe it comes to like, I'm reading a book right now called Atomic Habits, and it really talks about this identity versus belief system. So if you believe that you are a healthy person, you will start to identify that you are a healthy person. So I identify as a runner, right? I believe I'm a runner. I'm not
It's
a runner.
manifesting.
I'm not a runner.
It's that whole manifesting
But
thing. If you
right.
believe it, you will achieve it, right?
Right. And if I tell myself every day I am a runner, what would a runner do? A runner's not skipping her workout, right?
That's
If
right.
I am a healthy person and I can ask myself, what would a healthy person do when they order out, right? I'm going to get my salad. I'm going to get my salmon or whatever the case may
Right.
be. Like, you start to identify. So those are some of the things that I really try to, it's a lot of here, right? It's a lot of like getting up here, right? Getting up early every morning, working through that, because it is a mental battle. When you were 75 pounds overweight, that didn't happen overnight.
Yep.
That was something up here that came out here. So I have to work up here first in order
Right.
for all the other pieces to come into play.
Mindset. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's all about a mindset. You can be in an unhealthy mindset. You can be in a healthy mindset. You can be in a stable mindset. You can be in a like frazzled mindset. But it comes down to mindset, and then you got to figure it out. Like, what kind of mindset are you going
Yep.
to be in?
Yep.
And by me in the morning, like I do my
Yep.
affirmations, and you look at your why,
Yep.
and like that's getting yourself ready for a mindset. And I always tell people, the first out the how you spend your first hour is how most of the time,
Yes. Yes.
99%, 95% of the day is going to go, is how you spend your first day or first hour. If you spend your first hour going, oh my god, oh my
Or
god, oh my
looking
god,
at a
oh my god,
screen, or yes.
or I spilled my coffee, I stubbed my toe,
Yep.
that's
whole
how
day,
your
yeah.
whole day is going to go.
Yep.
But if you can look at and be calm and go into, manifesting, mind setting, affirming,
Yeah. I
looking
mean,
at your why, like, setting and intending your day. Basically,
mhm.
if you intend your day, that first hour, most of
Yep.
your day, the majority of your day is going to go great. It's just going to happen stuff, but you're going to be in a great mindset
To
to
respond
figure
to
out
it.
how
Yes.
to respond, not reply,
Yeah.
right?
I would agree with that. I mean, like that's a
Yeah,
huge thing
and
for me.
Danny, to both of your points, I saw. Yeah, to both of your points, I read in I'll find out where I read it. I was still searching some blogs, but I read in an article online that from the demographics of 30, I think it was to 55, 30-year-olds to 50, these aren't kids that, I'm not talking about kids that jump, 30 to 55s, 87 or 88% of humans out of 30 to 55, as soon as they wake up in the morning, the first thing they do is go to Facebook, some kind of social media. The first thing they do, and I've been guilty of that. So to both of your points, it's like we have time to excuse me, dilly dally. And listen, when you turn that social media thing on, it's not for 30 seconds. You're waking up, you're wiping the crap out of your eye. You're like, oh my God, Mary Jane's dog took a shit on the neighbor's property and she's mad, whatever the case. I don't know. Is this what I need? Is this what I, but to both of your points, it's like how about I would propose a test, and I would include myself in this for the next week until next week's podcast. Let's see if we can make to your word, accountability. Let's see how many people that are in that age demographic or anybody in general
Mm-hmm.
for the next week till next Tuesday's podcast. For the first 15 minutes that you wake up, do something good for yourself. Do a sun
Yep.
salutation. Do a self affirmation. Do a meditation. I'm gonna do it. Get down and do 20 push-ups and 10 sit-ups. Okay, before you log on to that, hold yourself accountable for 15 minutes before you start your day without jumping right onto social media and see how great everybody's lives are except yours. You know what I'm saying? I would bet dollars to freaking donuts that Aunt Danny eats on her cheat day and Justice eats on their cheat day that most of the people that will try this will fail. I'm going to try it. So for the first 15 minutes of the
Mm-hmm.
next 7 days that I wake up, I'm going to do some kind of mindset affirmation. I'm going to do a sun salutation, some kind of yoga stretch. My hips and everything, I'm going to get stretched out 15 minutes before I pick up that damn phone and see, how many clicks and likes we got. I think that would
Mm-hmm.
be a challenge to people, but instead, we start our day off wrong. And this is me, but I did read an article that said 30 to 55 age group. I'm thinking it's younger. I'm like, they're not. You sure this isn't like 15 to 22-year-olds that jump right on? My demographic, our demographic, for the most part, the first thing they do when they open their eyes, pick up that phone and go on social media. Isn't that crazy? I think that's kind
So
of kind of ironic and kind of.
I don't know if he's done talking.
I know.
So um John, you froze again. But like I grab my crystal,
Okay.
and I put on my 639 hertz frequency, and sometimes 512, sometimes 432, but I put on some sort of frequency tone, and I grab my crystal, and I do my affirmations. I say all the things that I'm grateful for, thankful for.
Mhm.
That's my first half hour. And then I get on and do my,
Yeah.
Wow.
happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy whatever,
Yeah.
thought of the day kind of thing.
Very similarly, I get up and mine is I make my coffee because I gotta have that. I sit on my porch. I do my gratitude. 5 things I'm grateful
Yeah.
for. Like if you can lead out of a place of gratitude every
Every
day,
day.
then no matter what bad is coming, you have something to reflect on
Yep.
good. And then I, will do my own personal devotions and then I read something from my mind. That's how my morning goes. But going back to John, what you were just saying, I was thinking about something I read recently. They say with social media that your brain it's constantly having like these tabs open because of social media use so quickly early in the day. And so they equate the attention span of a human being now to that of a goldfish
Wow.
because of social media use. And I thought that was like, okay, so they say you should turn all your notifications off because when you're invested in what you're doing, then you're less likely to get sidebarred.
Yep.
So I've started doing that too when we go back to like, what do I do differently? So that when I'm working out, I would get all these daggone notifications on my phone and I would be like, oh, hold on, Danny, like, I gotta answer this. And so it just makes
Yeah.
me present in what I'm doing so I can show up the best I can
Yeah.
for whatever that block of time is set for.
When I'm doing that in the morning, I
Mhm.
have do not disturb on my
Yep.
phone
Same concept. Yep.
set, so I don't get bothered. Yep.
Wow. Well, listen, I guess the three of us on here are probably bad examples of falling into that category 100%. But I know there are definitely some people that are listening that do. They only have one eye open. Guys, those of you guys listening on the podcast, I do apologize. We have some spotty Wi-Fi in the location that I'm in, and I keep losing Danny and Rachel. So if we have to cut it, we will cut it. But let me see if I can get them back on right now, and let me
Oh,
We're
let me
here.
put my
we're
little
here, John.
bifocals on this.
You
Danny,
don't
yeah, I know the
you
Wi-Fi
don't
got.
see us?
I got you. Yeah,
You-
I can see you guys. Yeah,
Okay,
it
I
kind
was
of
gonna
went.
say you don't see us.
Yeah, it went spotty. We're good. It went good.
Oh,
But
okay.
guys, I'm getting great. We're getting great comments, Rachel, on
Yeah.
everything you're saying. So really, thank you so
Awesome.
much. But I did apologize to those people. If you're on the podcast platform and not the lives, I want to make sure you guys don't get frustrated. There's some great content that I think everybody can learn from. Men,
Yeah.
women, kids, and whatnot. So, and Danny, isn't it crazy? Every single one of our podcasts, for the most part, that word mindset always appears. It's like
Yeah.
mindset
Yeah.
is so important
It's so important.
in life and in overcoming all sorts of craziness, stuff that encounters that get thrown at us on a daily basis. Like,
Well,
how do we get into the right mindset to overcome things, to conquer things, to make ourselves a better person, not get sucked
yeah.
into the vortex of
Yeah.
somebody else's misery. It's like you surround yourself with Debbie Downers, and it's like you get sucked into the vortex, and you want to just respond on emotion, and you can't.
Yep.
Have a
No.
nice mindset, and you'll most of the time, I believe you'll make a conscious decision that's probably the correct one. So
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say other than thank
So,
Rachel. Really, you brought some
but
great information and great insight to people that are just everyday moms that are trying to
yeah.
make a better life for their families and whatnot. Danny. So I have a question for you, Danny. So how is Rachel in the gym? Is she more? And I probably know what the answer is just by how we can see what kind of person she is. But I would think that this carries over to her being a badass go-getter and relentless. Not I don't want to do 2 more reps. How's Rachel in the gym, Danny?
She is amazing in the gym. I mean, she might throw a little hissy fit, but she does it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that, like, I don't know if you've ever seen my videos of Jeanette's tantrums and stuff like that. They end up doing it anyway, but they're like,
Yeah.
but she's really like, like she's never said no. And she might be like,
Nice.
you know, can I do this? Or
Mhm.
was I doing this? Did I do this last week? You know what I mean? Um, but
Uh-huh.
she always faces the challenge head on, and she does it no matter what. She always says that certain things she's a little awkward doing, like she does. What do you say? Like you're
I'm not coordinated.
not coordinated, right? I'm not I'm not
This
coordinated,
isn't my
but she
strength.
ends up like focused on it and she does it, and how do you get better? How do you get, better
Mhm.
coordination? How do you get better at said
Nice.
thing by doing it,
You
right?
just said how excited I was out there.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
Like, oh, let's
But
celebrate.
one thing what you were saying, John, with John,
All right. So
hold up.
Danny, hold on now. So yeah. So hold on. So hold on now. So now, Rachel, I already know the answer to this because how are you? How is Danny K as a so be honest does she like you want to punch her in the face, you're not going to, but
Oh yeah.
like because I want Danny as a great online presence. I know right now we're trying to promote Danny's online service as well. So speaking from an everyday person like yourself that's in the grind, that lost 75 pounds, tell everybody why Danny K would be a good choice or maybe a not so good choice to train with. Give us your
No,
the stuff
I
that you
kid
love and the
around
stuff
about
that
the
drives you
punching.
crazy.
Oh, so I say I'm like, I want to punch you in the face. And then I love her after it's done, right? Like during the time, like no one wants to, what is it? There's no change comes from being uncomfortable. She will push you to be uncomfortable. And if she sees you're getting comfortable, the next workout, you're going to be super uncomfortable. So like, that's it, right? And it's like the whole thing, I may not believe I can do it, but she's going to believe in me until I can believe in me. And that's huge. And then the accountability, like she's not going to, I don't tell her no because she doesn't let me tell her no. Like, right? Like, you don't tell Danny no. Like, okay, I'm doing 40-pound weights. Okay, like, sure. Like, you just have that
That's
trust
right.
factor. But I
That's
mean,
right.
she's very, like, I can't use my life as an excuse because, like, she keeps the bar high, which is something I need because what do they say? You're like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I need someone that is gonna
That's
level
right.
up with me so that I can rise to that occasion, and that's
Right.
what you got with her for sure.
Thank you.
That was excellent. So those of you that are
Checks in the
listening
mail.
to this, thank you. Those of you that are listening to this and don't have your own version, there's not many of Danny K's out there in your area. And I'm plugging Danny right now because she has a great online program. If you guys want to reach out to Danny and get her help you jumpstart your program or your journey, I'm encouraging each and every one of you to do so. I had a blast with this podcast, guys. I told you guys I was only going to go 15 minutes because I'm at an undisclosed location and they got to feed me soon. Um, but I had a blast. Rachel, I can't thank you for jumping on. And Danny held me
That was
accountable.
fun.
When she texted me, hey, John, we're excited. I'm like, oh, shit, I got to do a podcast today. And guess what? She held me accountable. I knew you were coming on. I didn't want to miss this. So, so I'm thankful. I just want to thank you, Rachel, again for
Thank you
getting
for
on
having
and
me.
being one of our best guests yet because yeah, it's real people getting real results with real, with reality, not with stuff
Right.
that we find on the internet, not with, listen, you can only read so many motivational, memes and all that, and then you finally say, you know what, I gotta have somebody in my life like a Danny K that can take the journey with me and hold me accountable. So, moms, if you're out there listening, this is perfect testimonial from Rachel here that she has kids, she has the husband, she's juggling everything under the sun, and yet she made it work. Down 75 pounds, entrepreneur, all right, made that decision, stepped out of her comfort zone, stopped dragging her feet, and said, I got to leave a legacy for my kids, for my family, for my friends, whatever the case may be. And she's living the life right now, Rachel. So I want to commend you and applaud you. And Danny, close it out for us and let's get physical. You know what I'm saying?
Well, John, thank you for taking time out of your undisclosed area. We could have put it on hold, but again, being the kind of person that John is and the step up to it, he was like, nah, 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 we can figure this out. It's only a little bit of time, and he rearranged some things. We started a little bit early, but we made everything work. As John always likes to say, one Koga love. I always say, stay tuned, stay informed, stay motivated, and let's get physical, baby. Hold on.
All right, thanks, Danny.
Come on. And leave it to John, baby. Come on.
Go ahead.
Rest in peace, baby
Go
girl.
ahead, Sandra D. Uh-huh. I was gonna wear my Z Cavaricci leather biker jacket today, but in tribute to Greece, but I couldn't find it, Danny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All
good.
right, guys, I gotta run. We're out. Peace, Rachel. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Peace.